So did you see my video the other day on the main channel about how MSNBC and CNN's ratings have taken a massive hit and Fox News' ratings are way, way up? In the 9 p.m. slot for Fox News, we have Sean Hannity, up over 1 million viewers from March 18th to March 25th, after the news came in of no collusion. And then we have Rachel Maddow, who is down nearly 500,000. I wonder why that could be. Well, if you were to ask me, it's because CNN and MSNBC were pumping out nonsense stories about nonsense Russiagate for so long. And then when the news broke, people wanted to know about it. Possibly the biggest story in the world that everyone was talking about. Well, of course, Mr. Brian Stelter has another reason why it's probably true. He said it's a slow news week. Is that a joke? One of the biggest stories of the past several years, possibly of the decade maybe. The accusations that the president was a traitor, a secret asset of the Russian government, a puppet to Putin. And it was all not true. It was all nothing. And what does CNN have to say? Yeah, it's just a slow news week. I get it. Slow to you because you're chasing the Trump bump. MSNBC and CNN staked a lot on the Russia investigation. And the Washington Post and the New York Times won Pulitzer Prizes for their reporting. Well, many people, some journalists have said, what did we get wrong? The stories we reported was all factually true, and we won awards for it. And my analogy, if you didn't see it yesterday, was basically, listen, if I hire someone to mow my lawn, and then I come out after an hour and they mowed the neighbor's lawn. Yes, they mowed a lawn. They did a pretty damn good job, and they worked very, very hard at it, and they mowed the wrong lawn. I'm not going to give them an award for that. The analogy I used was like brick carrying. If you carry bricks in the wrong direction, I'm not going to praise you for it. What the investigation should have done is dug into whether or not the story was true instead of just parroting narrative and nonsense. Well, let's see why Brian Stelter thinks his ratings are down. CNN chief media correspondent Brian Stelter had a unique explanation Wednesday night for why CNN and MSNBC's ratings are plummeting since the conclusion of the Mueller investigation. Stelter wrote in a newsletter, Reliable Sources. Yes, maybe we should change the name at this point. Wednesday night. That viewers aren't tuning into CNN and MSNBC because there hasn't been much news since special counsel Robert Mueller delivered his report on Russian collusion to Attorney General Bill Barr. Fox News has not been affected by the alleged slow news week. Stelter reasoned because Barr's letter on the Mueller findings is being celebrated like a sequel to election night. Okay, excuse me. Let's just be rational. What's the simple solution? People would like to know more about what's going on with the Mueller report. That's it. There you go. CNN and MSNBC were wrong so much for so long. Why would someone watch them? You think I'm going to turn on the people who were wrong the whole time? No, I'm going to change the channel to the people who were right the whole time to figure out what's happening. It's like, there's that old joke. It's not necessarily a joke. I don't know what you'd call it, but there's like two barbers in town and one guy's got terrible hair and one guy's got really beautiful hair. Which one do you go to? You go to the one with terrible hair because he's the one who his hair is bad because he goes to the other barber who sucks. Get it? Anyway, the point is, why would I go and watch the news channel that sucks at doing news? Right? Man, I got to imagine it was a huge slap in the face for a lot of people. You're sitting there, you're clutching your blanket, you're eating your chips and your popcorn, Rachel Maddow's coming on TV. Ooh, the Mueller report's in. What did it say? And then she goes, oopsie, we did a 3-year-long oopsie. And you go, ooh, whoa, I better change the channel. And the ratings shift. Because here's the thing. We're not just talking about CNN and MSNBC's ratings being down. We're talking about Fox's ratings being way, way up. You'd have to imagine some of those viewers moved over. It's not like, so what is Brian Stelter's explanation? Conservatives who don't watch news all of a sudden decided to watch news? I'm sure some of them. But I think a big point is that when you lose 500,000 viewers and Fox gains 1 million, Fox probably gained some of your viewers. Joe Concha, media reporter for The Hill, explained on Fox News that there have been plenty of big stories for the media to cover since Mueller finished his investigation and suggested the ratings drop is due to a lack of trust among viewers. You think? Yesterday, CNN didn't even average more than 540,000 viewers as a 40-year-old network with a big brand name and a crazy news cycle, Concha argued. You're talking about Jussie Smollett getting released, Michael Avenatti getting arrested, the Mueller report, how anybody isn't rising in ratings in this particular week when it's just been nuts. That's almost impossible to do unless your viewers don't trust you anymore based on all the speculation you did recklessly and randomly over the past 2 years. Jussie Smollett, charges dropped. Why are your ratings down? Michael Avenatti got arrested. Why are your ratings down? 540,000 viewers? I get better numbers than that. Seriously. MSNBC anchor Rachel Maddow, who dedicated the majority of her programming to the Russia collusion conspiracy, lost 500,000 viewers in just 1 week after Barr said Mueller found no collusion. These are averages for her slot. It's not just like 500,000 people in the week. No, it's like every day on average. The trend continued Tuesday night when CNN and MSNBC's primetime programs combined for an average 2.6 million viewers, while Fox News dominated the ratings with an average 3.3 million. Is this, oh, we got another story. Okay. Maddow, who routinely delivered more than 3 million viewers and challenged Fox News' Sean Hannity for the top cable spot, brought in 2.5 million viewers Tuesday. Let's see what we got here. So this is I think they have the data, the complete data now. Fox News blows CNN and MSNBC out of the water in aftermath of Mueller report. Special report with Bret Baier averaged 2.3 million viewers in total, with 364,000 in the key age demographic of 25 to 54, according to Nielsen Media Group. MSNBC's breaking coverage of the end of the Mueller probe garnered 1.7 million viewers and nearly 250,000 in the key demo, whereas CNN only managed to attract 1 million viewers, but did have 291,000 in that age bracket. You know what's really surprising between the three? CNN has consistently, at least what I've seen, the lowest ratings among MSNBC, Fox News, and CNN. The lowest, like half or less. Do you know that Anderson Cooper gets like a couple 100,000 viewers in the key demo for the hour he's on the air? That's crazy to me because I do better than that. Seriously, I looked at my numbers on Social Blade and I'm like, I get dramatically more viewers. So here, this is good news. This is good news for everybody. Right now on this channel, I'm averaging 1 million views per day for the past several days, and it's typically been around 800 to 900,000. This is for about an hour's worth of content. It's not completely comparable because mine is considered like OTT or on demand, whereas theirs is live. So they're getting live viewers, and mine are over a long period of time. Combined with my main channel and the Subverse stuff, in the key demo, I am absolutely destroying the ratings of these cable news presenters, except for Fox News. Surprise, surprise. From 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. that night, Fox News averaged 2.5 million viewers. MSNBC had 2 million, and CNN had under 1 million. Yeah, CNN's way down. So I have to, trust in the media has been dropping dramatically. And there's a bunch of stuff that's happened this past week that should, as they mentioned in the other story, should have been great for CNN. But here's the problem. CNN and MSNBC are clearly on one side of the cultural divide. Jussie Smollett, his story reeks of corruption. Even now, the FBI is saying the FBI is looking into the case. We've seen a leaked memo alleging where they're trying to figure out a way they can justify a cover-up. But CNN and MSNBC on the other side. So who's going to want to trust them for any of that information? You'd think after several years of dedicating themselves to the Trump bump, they would have seen this coming. They made a big mistake. There's a quote from, I think it's from Jeff Zucker. Something happened in the news, and then he said something like, let's get back on Trump. Let's start talking about Trump again. I don't think people care. I don't. I think what they've done is, so when I worked for Fusion was a joint venture between ABC and Univision, ABC News. They were trying to be straight, like a regular millennial news brand. But they made one video about trans issues, and that video went viral. And then all of a sudden things changed. And I think what happened, in my opinion, is that they said, oh, wow, look how well this video did. We should do more of it. They chased that narrative. They decided to become super woke. They dedicated themselves to tackling issues of gender, something that no one cares about. I'm being hyperbolic, but like a very, very tiny minority cares about these issues. What happened? Hundreds of millions of dollars later, and they laid everybody off, and now it's a skeleton crew. For real. They changed the name. It's a skeleton crew. Most people have been laid off. They don't work there anymore. Because they had a hit. Listen, I can make a video about a comic book, and it can do really well because the news and the cultural issues are relevant. But I'm not going to make a video about comic books. I'm not going to turn into a comic book channel. But this is what happens with these companies like CNN and MSNBC. Because they do one story about Trump and they see good ratings, do more. And what happens? They start driving they drive so far away from where average Americans are at. They do cultivate a fervent audience of people hyper-focused on Trump. What happens when it falls apart? They got nothing left, you know? For me, I care about mainstream news issues. And that means sometimes it's comics, video games. Sometimes it's the Democrats, the Republicans. Sometimes it's cable news, TV. I just kind of talk about like general issues that are in the mainstream. But they dedicated everything to Russia. I barely talked about Russia because I just don't care. Don't think it's relevant. And if it came out that Trump did collude, then sure, I'd talk about it. And now we have, there's some murmuring that the Southern District of New York is going to indict some Trump administration people. So I don't have the full details on it because I don't really follow, and it's just rumors. So I'm not going to make a video about it. When the news drops, I'll make a video about it. We'll leave it there. But anyway, the main point, we'll wrap up. CNN spinning lies. I'm sorry, Brian. It's not a slow news week at all. It's been one of the craziest news weeks ever. Your ratings are down because people think you're fake news. I'll see you guys in the main channel at 4 p.m. YouTube.com/TimCast. Yes, it's a different channel. I've got another video coming up. Adios.